Now there's a better, safer, user-friendly and affordable disinfectant you can trust. Introducing Safe Surface Disinfectant from Ethco. This is a liquid-based surface cleaner that can kill 99.9% of germs and viruses, including the coronavirus. Disinfect your offices, shops, education and religious institutions, and your home with Safe Surface Disinfectant. Safe Surface Disinfectant for a cleaner and safer surface in just one go. Ethco. That's the spirit.
Hello and welcome to a special edition of a program where we're talking to a woman who has made it big in Malawi. This is a special program, especially today on International Women's Day. We're looking at women who are up there, doing big things up there, at a time when sometimes women are not viewed as being people who can actually achieve such big things. And today, joining us in the studio is Ms. Lucille Chakwera, who is a CEO, Chief Executive Officer of ethanol company, Ethco. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Elita.
It's a real pleasure having you here. And perhaps the first thing that everybody is interested to know right now is your background. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yes, as you have put it, I am Lucille Chakwera.
Yes.
I was born in a family of 6 children.
Yes.
I am the only girl in that family. I was born to Daniel and Juliet Mwagomba, right here in Blantyre. So I was born and brought up in Blantyre. Had a stint of my life at Livingstonia, where I did my secondary school, and then came back down south to Chancellor College to pursue my Bachelor of Science degree, majored in physics and mathematics. Then started my career as a staff associate at the Malawi Polytechnic back in 1997. So yeah, basically I am a Blantyre girl. Someone who, when I come back to town, now that I'm staying out there in the state, I really feel like I'm back home.
Definitely. I'm interested in the part where you were the only girl in your family. How was that like? Did you feel any type of pressure?
Well, I think when I look back, we've been brought up in a family where we also had extended family.
Yes.
So we would always have other women living with me.
Yes.
So it wasn't really strange, but I do recall the times when it was just me and my brothers, and I had to associate and be around them and be confident around boys.
Yeah.
That actually speaks very well of my background, because that actually is what probably drove me to go to a male-dominated field. I was always around boys, confident around them, discussing matters as if we're just equals, and it was really exciting. And of course, the boys, as you know, boys can be boys. They were so protective of me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, going into this male-dominated industry that you're in at the moment, you studied a Bachelor of Science at Chancellor College. Was this something that you'd always dreamed of doing?
Well, if I look back, I was good in science and maths from a young age. But it wasn't something that was really what I thought I would be doing. When I was making my career choices in Form 4, as we're doing our university choice selection,
Yes.
I do remember that my first choice was business administration.
Okay.
And my physical science teacher back then said, no, you can't take business administration as your first choice because you're good in science and maths. So you should put Bachelor of Science as your first choice.
Okay.
And at that time, I was just childish and thinking about, no, I want to go back and stay in Blantyre. And business administration is offered at the Polytechnic, so I want to be back to my hometown.
You were not looking at the bigger picture.
I wasn't looking at the bigger picture. But reflecting on that and looking back, I thought doing the technical career, the physics and maths, actually helped me to pursue my career, because now, if you look at what I'm doing now, it's actually business administration.
Definitely.
I'm the leader of a company,
Yeah.
but that background in physics and maths actually was something that was pushed me into the ethanol industry. It's a highly technical industry where I am, and understanding all the technical aspects of the industry has made me to be a better leader in the company.
We'll get back into that, into the details of what you do currently. But now let's still dwell on the background itself, mathematics and science. These are subjects that women or girls generally in school shy away from. I'm a testament to that. I used to run away from such subjects, but you were interested in them. What drew you to them?
Well, I think there is also something that drives me to like things that I think do not need a long concentration span. I'm someone who loses concentration quite easily.
Okay.
And when I compare physics, maths, and biology or history, I would go towards physics or maths, because this is just a problem you solve, it flows, and then you finish.
Yeah.
If you look at biology and history, there's a lot of reading and understanding things that you have to do. So that is one aspect that drove me to it.
Yes.
And the other thing is the fact that I'll go to the same background issues. It wasn't like I was just told that this is what a girl should be doing.
No.
The floor was open. I could do anything, even what a man can do. So I looked at life not in the way that everybody would look, that this is what women should be doing, but I looked at life out there as being available for everyone. And I just went with the flow and went into things that I thought were easier for me to do.
In your view, what do you think draws women, girls, away from such subjects?
I would believe that it's stereotypes, the way we are brought up, culture, because normally in a Malawian setup or in any environment, family setup, there are things that we think should be done by men.
Definitely.
If there is a chore, let's say, let's go and remove a tire. There's a tire puncture. The girl would not be called to go and remove the tire.
It's going to be the boy.
It's going to be the boy. If there is a chore, let's go and wash dinner plates. The girl would be called to go and wash dinner plates.
Definitely.
So it's stereotypes and trying to actually make girls believe that there are certain jobs for women and certain jobs for men.
Is there a way we can squash that?
Yes,
eliminate
definitely, Definitely. It starts from the home. Families, parents have a big duty to change that. Not to think that girls are pink and boys are blue. So it's the duty of parents to make the flow equal. As children are growing, they should make the children know that the world out there is open for everyone. Anyone can do anything. We were all made unique. We have unique possibilities. God made us as a person first, not as a boy or a girl. So if we discover our passion and go into the field that we like, there will never be anything like this is for girls, this is for boys.
From what I hear, you have really strong opinions about this stereotypes. Is there a reason for this?
Yeah, I get annoyed when, basically when women fail. They are always associated with the gender. She's failing because she's a woman. Most of the times when men fail, they are backed up. There could be a better reason rather than gender why they've fallen. As a person, I've always fought that by actually proving people wrong.
Yes.
So if I fail and I'm marked as a woman, and that is the cause of my failure, I'll always work hard to show that that is not the reason why I failed.
I think this is something that I have seen also, even on the issue of perhaps being on the road. And if somebody breaks a traffic rule or something, it's always...
There should be a woman.
There should be a woman driving. But now, do we as women do enough to dispel such illusions?
Unfortunately, we don't. We are actually our worst enemies sometimes.
Yeah.
Because even us as women would think that there's a woman doing something wrong, or if a woman has done something wrong, we don't step in to support them, to help them rise up back again. Most of the times you see that even men would help better.
Yes.
To help that. So it starts from us believing in ourselves as women and making sure that we are able to support one another, to lift one another up. When you see a fellow woman excel, don't think that they're excelling because someone has just given them a favor or they've pushed them. There's this talk about maybe they're going out with the boss or whatsoever. We should believe that that woman is capable of doing things just like any other man can do. And when we lift one another up and support one another, this is what men do, by the way. There's relationships, social capital. You draw social capital around yourself and make sure that you are moving around with people who are successful, and together you can succeed and rise up.
Women are seen to mostly having to sacrifice bits of themselves because of such issues like family. You ended up well. You found an opportunity that actually took you some places better. But some women actually find themselves in a position where such sacrifices lead to them losing like serious opportunities that would have led to something big.
Yes.
How can we challenge this?
I think it all goes down to agreeing and communicating as a family. Looking at the opportunities that lie ahead for both of you as a family. Because I am aware of situations where men also move because of a woman.
Yeah.
So if families agree and they look at what is at stake for them, it shouldn't be a sacrifice, as it were. I know that there are other people who are living apart because they know that they are looking ahead to a life that has a different vision from just living apart.
Definitely.
That is also possible. So in a nutshell, discussions, looking ahead, have a common vision as a family and decide what move to take.
You've basically been in leadership positions throughout most of your career. I'll take the issue of a staff associate as being somehow in a leadership position.
Yeah, as a staff associate, probably if I compare it to the industry, it's like a management trainee because you're learning to be a lecturer, and most of the times you're doing tutoring or you're just assisting, with work. I know that the time I went to the poly, I wasn't really doing those roles because there was a shortage of lecturers and I had to go straight into lecturing. I was such a young girl and my first classes had mature students and I was probably the youngest teaching this group of mature students. So I was just thrown into the deep end because it was like that. But basically, as a staff associate, you're a young lecturer, you're learning, and then you are trying to build yourself up so that when you equip yourself with the knowledge and skills, then you can now become a full lecturer.
Now, has being a woman in any way affected any of these roles that you have had, starting from this career as a young woman, you're teaching, you say, mature students? Has being a woman had a bearing on any of that?
It could have, if I paid attention to it, because I know there was a lot of talk. She's a young girl, she's, all that. But because of my background, I never paid attention to anything that referred to me as a woman.
As a woman.
I actually just referred to me as a capable person. So I ignored all that noise and just forged ahead and didn't consider myself as a woman at any time in my career.
And is that how you have been able to climb so high?
It could be.
Yes.
But not necessarily so. Why am I saying not necessarily so? I put my vision to excel and looked at what skills and opportunities are available for me to excel. So I just looked at that and associated with people who could actually be in the same line of vision as me, and I could learn from them. So I had good mentors around me. I had a supportive family around me, and with that I was able to rise up the ladder. Of course, it also came with a lot of hard work. As a woman, I have found that you probably need to work double as much.
Harder.
You need to work to prove yourself double as much to excel. So there was a lot of hard work and determination. There was a point in time when I had to actually be doing 2 jobs and make sure that I am doing something unique that can be seen that I'm achieving. And then also sometimes I could say sheer luck. Sometimes issues of serendipity come in. There is an opportunity that has just arisen, and then who can take it? Can this one act? Yes, they can act. Okay, let them act. And then while you're acting, you actually just give it the best shot, and then you get the opportunity when you are interviewed. That has happened to me twice in my career, when I would actually just be given the opportunity and give it my best shot.
But it's still somehow a testament to how maybe capable you were for somebody to actually entrust you with such kinds of opportunities.
Yes, I would say so, but I wouldn't want to stand on the hilltop and actually start praising myself. I think it's for other people to actually tell me that I am a capable person. So I've let my success be driven by what work I have done, not necessarily me tooting for myself as a person.
Definitely. And if you're just joining us, this is a special program right here on Times, where we're speaking to the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of an ethanol company, ETHCO, Lucille Jakaniza. We're talking about her strides in her career, how she started and how she is where she is right now. It's a special program in light of the International Women's Day. Do stay with us.
Now there's a better, safer, user-friendly and affordable disinfectant you can trust. Introducing Safe Surface Disinfectant from ETHCO. This is a liquid-based surface cleaner that can kill 99.9% of germs and viruses, including the coronavirus. Disinfect your offices, shops, education and religious institutions, and your home with Safe Surface Disinfectant. Safe Surface Disinfectant for a cleaner and safer surface in just one go. ETHCO. That's the spirit.
Welcome back to this special program on International Women's Day, where we're speaking to Lucille Jakaniza, who is the Chief Executive Officer of ethanol company ETHCO. We're talking about how she has risen up the ladder to reach where she is right now. Now, before the break, we were talking about your background, your journey to where you are right now. So let's talk about where you are right now. CEO of an ethanol company.
Yes.
In a field that is, as we call it, male-dominated. What have your experiences been like?
Well, I would say it's not been very easy. You would expect that someone like me with a background that was also male-dominated, I would find it easy to excel. But it's been tough roaring in the fact that you're looking at challenges that you face every day as a leader.
Yes.
You're working with people who expect that you are the one who should be making the big decisions, should be making all the critical decisions that are there. But leadership also involves you working with the people, making sure that the people are doing their work, and also making decisions, because you can't make all the decisions, otherwise you'd be the only one working. So it's been quite exciting, empowering people. My background as a lecturer also has a role to play. It has shaped up who I am, because I was then able to utilize that experience to make people learn new things and also to challenge them to do more than what they were employed to do. Because we all have this connotation that if you are employed to do a certain job, you should stick to that job. But the world is changing now. We need to be learning new things, and we need to be adapting to the new environment that we have to be learning.
Definitely.
So challenging people to walk the extra mile and do more than what they think they can do has been quite an exciting journey for me. Working with different teams, yes, male-dominated environment, but I've worked with so many different teams, and it's been quite exciting to see people grow in that environment.
Have you come across many women in your line of work, people that you could actually inspire to do more and maybe someday strive to be where you are?
Yes, not necessarily in my company, because in my company we're talking of a very few ratio of women. But in my circle of influence, in my network of friends, there are many women who have also inspired me, and I've also inspired. We work together to actually do so many things together. And apart from that, of course, I always look out there. There's so many inspiring women out there. There are women who are doing great things. You know, there's the new Director General of WTO at the moment.
Definitely.
You look at that and you say, wow, this is quite inspiring. So you can't just say, I am the one, I am there. We're all learning every day, and I'm always looking forward to also grow better than what I've achieved at the moment.
We have seen a lot of organizations, the UN itself, the United Nations, actually carrying out programs to promote STEM subjects,
Yes.
what are called STEM subjects,
Yes.
among girls.
Yes.
Are those initiatives actually moving in the right direction?
Yeah, they are moving in the right direction. It all depends on how we shape those programs to make sure that it doesn't just end at promoting, but exposing the girls as well. Do they really know? Are they exposed? Apart from, say, you do role modeling, are the girls given the chance to go and experience what happens in that rare industry? And have we spoken about them, about more opportunities? When I was talking about my background, I spoke about how I thought I was going to do business administration and not physics and maths.
Definitely.
Because I thought, no, I want to be a leader at some point. But because I'm strong in physics and maths, I should utilize those skills to get into leadership. So if girls are made to believe that they have a passion, that they can cross over with their skills and then find their right career, it will work wonders, and all these programs will actually bear fruit in the long run.
Now, for somebody out there who is watching and saying, I want to be like this woman here, I want to be in a leadership position, and I want to be in the field that she is in, how would you inspire such a girl?
The girl should believe that first and foremost, they are unique and they are capable. And with that, they should look at what their passion is. What are they strong at? Because there would be a girl that can say, I want to be like her, but they might not be strong in that field. So identifying your strengths, doing what we call a character assessment to see what you like, and then with that, mentorship, role modeling. I'm actually mentoring quite a number of young girls and also boys. Not really. I shouldn't say girls, young ladies and young men.
Yes.
I am actually at the moment practicing coaching and mentoring. So I'm looking at ladies and men who are transitioning from their university life or from college into their careers, and looking at that, I am actually trying to inspire these young men and women to discover themselves and look at careers that will make them enjoy life to the fullest.
And I think you touch on a really important matter, also the transition from, say, college into now what we call the industry.
Yes.
What do you think is the key thing that is needed here for one to achieve their full potential?
Yeah, when you're transitioning, you're moving from using your sort of IQ to now EQ.
Yes.
You're going to mix with society. It's about relations. It's about how you can portray yourself out there as an achiever. It's no longer about getting good grades.
No.
So when you're transitioning, you need to look at how you adapt yourself to the environment. And also the fact that when you go out in the industry, you don't want to think that you know everything. Because you've gotten your degree or your certificate, that is not key to success. You should go out there with the spirit to learn. You should go out there as a humble person. You should go out there to learn from even a messenger in a company. If you go with that spirit, you get to learn more. And then with the knowledge that you have, you're now going to apply that knowledge better, and you are going to make sure that everyone around you understands things better, because your advantage is the background that you have. So that was the advice that I would give to young people, because young people tend to think they've gotten the degree, then they are achievers. If things are not working, it's because no one is recognizing them because of their degree. We should pack our degree and look at this job, this career as a new learning and a new opportunity where we also need to excel.
Definitely some interesting stuff there and really inspiring. Before we go though, I'll just give you a chance to get everything off your chest. Anything else you might want to add?
Yeah, going back to girls,
Yes.
I've been talking to young ladies over the past few years.
Yes.
And I've developed what I call a bride's model.
Bride's model.
Bride's model.
Yes.
So girls should not just dream of being a bride to someone someday, but they should practice brides. Brides is an abbreviation.
Okay.
B for background.
I'm going to take notes.
B for background.
Yes.
They should have a background to show for. And this is where the parent comes in. I've kept on referring to parents.
Yes.
Parents should give girls the background that they need to excel in life, to remove the stereotypes. And then going from background, relationships.
Relationships.
Who do you relate to? Do we have the right friendships?
Yes.
Are we in the right circles? Are we flocking around with people who are also gearing for success? Because that actually shapes up who you'll be in life.
Yes.
But first and foremost, also an intimate relationship with God. Because you need to put your soul in the right frame of mind so that when you're doing your things, you know that spiritually you are
You're
also well
sound.
equipped. The I is for impression. When you step up in a room or when you're associating with people, what impression do you leave? Do people say wow, or they just think deja vu
And go about their business.
and go about their business? What impression do you leave? If you're given a task, do you give it your best shot that people would even give you a standing ovation for what you've done? Do you have a personal brand? That is the I. And then the D is develop yourself. I mentioned that sometimes we think that once we've gotten our degree or we've gotten educated to a certain level, that's it. There are people still going to school at 60 years.
Yes.
People are learning every day. We are learning up to the point that we die. Every day you go out there, you are driving, you learn a new thing every day. Girls should develop themselves all the time, making sure that they are able to equip themselves with skills that can position them up for better things in future. The E is for EQ, emotional intelligence. I spoke
Alright.
about emotional
You did.
intelligence. Girls should not throw tantrums anyhow. Tantrums are not needed in industry.
Yes.
We should develop that thick skin to actually be confident and stand up for what we want to achieve and actually be able to be out there without actually breaking down. Because yes, we break down, we fail, but we should know that even when we fail, we can rise up. Failure should not lead us to breaking down. Failure is there for us to learn new things, to learn from our mistakes and rise up. And then the S is for speak up. Girls should sit at the table. You are in a room, most of the times we miss that opportunity. When someone else speaks and then you just think, that was what I was thinking about. You don't want to seize the moment. Speak up. Be the first one to say that thing so that you don't regret that someone else was chosen because you never spoke up. So girls should lean in, they should sit at the table and be there to do big things just like men do. That is brides.
Definitely the bride's model.
Bride's model.
Interesting stuff, very inspirational, and something for all of us to take home. I'm definitely taking this home. And that's where we leave off this special edition of this special program on International Women's Day. Thank you so much for joining us, Lusuilo Jakaniza, the Chief Executive Officer of Ethanol Company, or ETHCO. She has risen to that position by sheer will, I will say. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Elita, for having me and for giving me the opportunity to inspire young girls. I hope that this interview has inspired many to achieve. Thank you.
Definitely, and I hope it has inspired you. Thank you for following this discussion, and please do stay tuned to Times for our next programs.
Now there's a better, safer, user-friendly and affordable disinfectant you can trust. Introducing Safe Surface Disinfectant from Ethco. This is a liquid-based surface cleaner that can kill 99.9% of germs and viruses, including the coronavirus. Disinfect your offices, shops, education and religious institutions, and your home with Safe Surface Disinfectant. Safe Surface Disinfectant for a cleaner and safer surface in just one go. Ethco. That's the spirit.
Looking for something big? Well, this is it. Showmax, the online anytime streaming platform that takes your entertainment to the max.